Yes, ma'am. Welcome to our Shaklee pop-up. So glad you're here, Olga, and who joined us.
Thank you.
Just a real quick note on what to expect. We're going to take 20 minutes to share stories and videos, and then anyone can leave at the end of 20 minutes. We'll stay on for questions and answers with anyone who wants to stay on afterwards. We have a lot of information to share tonight, so if you have a pen and paper to take notes, people find that helpful. And your wellness advisor who invited you will also follow up with you. So tonight's talk is on triggers, traps, and tempters, and I'm going to get my share screen going first. So here we go. Triggers are places or situations that activate you to do something or to eat something. A couple of those triggers would be watching TV with a snack in your hand, or the smell of your favorite food at a shopping mall like Cinnabon. That's horrible. It smells so good. Or chips and bread at a restaurant with salsa. That's a big trigger. Traps. You get in and there's no easy way out. Or is there? We might give you a couple of hints about that. Like eating at a friend's house, you don't want to be rude and not accept what you're offered. Or at weddings or funerals or dinners, places with the set menu, you kind of have to eat what's there. Airplane food or road trips, where I always pack a snack pack when I go on a road trip. The wheels start turning and I start looking for something to munch on. Triggers would be people in your life who knowingly or unknowingly sabotage your efforts with well-meaning suggestions. Some people actually don't want you to lose weight because they feel then they need to do something about their own situation. And then some people will tease you about being a health nut, or people expect you to join them in more than one glass of wine, for instance, or helping of a dessert or whatever. But it's important to make a decision that you're going to eat healthy and then to change and find some helpful sayings and excuses that you can use. And like one is to yourself, to remind yourself that you're not a tree and you don't have roots, so you can move and change. With your future picture in mind and your future goals, change your behavior to suit those goals and your vision of what you want your health to be. Strategies to avoid triggers. You can take a deep breath and walk right by those tempting smells or sights, which is what I've started doing, is really mindfully breathing and concentrating on the breathing. And that's supposed to bring your blood pressure down and also oxygenate your lungs and whole system. I do not eat after dinner. Setting a time when in the evening when you won't eat anything after that certain hour is very, very helpful to losing weight and feeling better. Chewing naturally sweetened sugarless gum helps a lot of people. And to have that on hand for when you feel like you want to eat something. I gave up TV because it was too tempting for me, all the ads and everything, or just the act of watching TV and then wanting to get a snack while you're watching. Strategies to avoid traps are at a fixed menu event. I take small portions and load up on salad. I eat before I go and order food that is healthy or wait until I can get a healthy food. I grab my coffee or glass of wine and check the table for healthy choices. And if there isn't anything to choose from, then I walk away. I plan ahead so I'm not caught without something healthy to eat. Taking something along all the time is very, very helpful. I do that frequently, and it's gotten me out of a lot of corners. Strategies to manage tempters. Thank you, but I don't care for any. Thanks, one glass of wine is fine, and no thanks, I'll pass. As easy as saying no. In each of these situations, picture your end goal. Picturing your end goal is the best possible strategy. How you will look and how you will feel. That will be your biggest reward and your way of getting past the sticky situations. A daily affirmation is, I love myself for choosing the best path for me. So now I'm going to turn it over to Billy, and she's going to tell us about a really good product that's very helpful for passing on the tempters and traps. Billy?
Yes, ma'am. We're going to talk about the Shaklee 180 Metabolic Boost, which is a weight loss that lasts. It isn't about the food and the exercise alone. You need the right nutrients and the right support tools to help you keep the muscle you have, burn the fat you don't want or need, and lose inches you don't want. So lecithin is a big factor in this supplement, and it's an essential amino acid for preserving muscle mass. So you lose the right kind of weight and keep metabolism strong. More muscle means a stronger, leaner looking you. And it's a science, so it's real results. I've been taking this product for about 2 months now, and I don't always eat healthy. I try, but it really has made a difference because when I fall off the bandwagon a little bit, I make sure that I take this because it's going to help me to burn the calories that I ate that I wasn't supposed to. But I did a little research because I wasn't familiar with, I was a little bit familiar with chromium, which is a mineral, trace mineral that helps to metabolize micronutrients. And it provides energy to your muscles and your brain. And the next item that I read in there, vanadium, I don't know if that's how you pronounce it, but it improves the symptoms of diabetes. So people that are diabetics really need to, study this product and learn about it. There was a 20-year study that shows that oral vanadium can lower serum glucose and reduce the level of fasting insulin and increase insulin sensitivity in type 2 diabetes. It didn't mention type 1, but it did mention type 2, which I think is the most common one. Mm-hmm. And then the Banaba leaf extract offers health benefits as antioxidant, lowering cholesterol, and that caught my attention because I have a problem with cholesterol, and anti-obesity effects and anti-diabetic properties. So I found all that information very interesting. So I'm
about the snacks.
Okay.
Shaklee's got some great snacks to help get through situations and to fill that need for crunching something. I talked to one lady who said that she did real well on the 180, but she just really craved some crunchy snacks to munch on. So Shaklee came out with some great chips. Snack and be happy, and it's made with protein and fiber and all stuff that's really good for us along the way too. And it's got leucine leucine in it, which is what helps to burn the fat but retain muscle tone. Low glycemic, so that's really great for blood sugar levels. And of course, no artificial flavors, sweeteners, or preservatives. And they're gluten-free and lactose-free. And they come in, okay, I was talking about the crisps mostly, and but the bars are wonderful. Like I usually would have an apple and a snack bar on hand to get me through those times when I was starting to get hungry, or I'd be out running around and shopping or something, and then be tempted to just stop at fast food and get something. But then I'd have a snack bar and an apple along, and that would hold me over until I could get to some really good salad or whatever. So those are wonderful. 2 snack bars make a full meal, like the meal bars that they have. 2 of the snack bars equal 1 of those meal bars. So that can be substituted for a meal bar too. So now I'm going to turn it over to Sharon, and she's going to tell us a little bit about life shakes.
Well, here is one, if you can see that. No, not very well, right? There, it says life shake. Anyway, I love this shake. It's the thing I like so much about it is I never did like meat. So I know most of you have heard this story, but I would have, for breakfast, I would have like a dozen Oreos and 3 cups of coffee. So I know that sounds real healthy. Who likes a dozen Oreos? Who likes Oreos?
Hey, Oreos.
I do.
Anybody like?
I love them.
So I did that for literally decades.
Really?
And I just didn't really care about meat. So I was really basically dying of malnutrition because I just ate junk all the time. I thought, my doctor said, you don't need vitamins, you get what you need from what you eat. And I thought, how can I get what I need from Oreos? But I kept eating them. So, but once Shaklee came into my life, I probably don't have more than 2 or 3 Oreos a year now. But once Shaklee came into my life, I realized that it was protein I needed. And I mean, I was literally dying of malnutrition. I was so sickly. And that was when I was 49, I found Shaklee. And now I'll be 77 next month, and I feel so much better. And some of the things, I had a lot of skin problems, like bumps on my back and stuff. And I kept telling my friend, feel my back, it's so smooth. And I was always making her feel my back. So it healed up my skin. And before Shaklee, I was hypoglycemic. So with all that stuff I was eating, I would get weak and shaky. So getting that good protein in really is helpful. And of course, one of the main things about the protein, I think we all agree on, is it does give you energy. And Adiba has started taking them to work because she's working all night, and that really gets her through the night. And it just gives you a feeling of well-being. And I worked at IBM, and I had a lot of clients there, and when I'd go to lunch, I would see them, and I could literally tell if they were taking their Shaklee, especially the protein, because they would have a radiant, much more radiant look on their face versus a dull look. So, I mean, there's so many good things about it. I feel like the shake is the most important thing we have. It's not like I love the taste of them all, because I've always hated milk. And even though I don't mix them with milk, it looks like milk. So it's a bit of a challenge for me, but I believe in it so wholeheartedly that I do it every day and have for decades. Okay, I'll turn it back to you, Ruthie.
That's awesome.
Thank you.
There's a little bit more on the shake. I probably should have clicked this over while you were still talking.
Oh,
but
okay.
It's a little bit about the sweetener. Do you want to say
That's okay. You can
that?
go on. You can go on.
All righty. We've got some really wonderful recipes. Like Sharon was saying, sometimes it's not very interesting to just mix it in milk or whatever, but you can jazz them up with all kinds of good for you items. And if you'll ask Billy if you'd like a copy of all these recipes, I know Billy will be happy to send you one, a copy of those. And then we have all kinds of other recipes as well. So anyway, that I find those really helpful, and it keeps it interesting too, so that a lot of times I'll fall into a habit of drinking the same kind every time, and then all of a sudden I need a change. So those recipes are really helpful as well. Welcome back, Adiba. So I'm going to wrap this up now with watching a little video about making healthy happen. So,
is today the day you make a choice to eat better, sleep better, exercise more? Healthy living isn't some impossible goal. It's a choice you can make right now. And you don't have to go it alone. So maybe it's not when will you make the choice. Rather, when will we?
what is your favorite way of drinking the shake, Billy?
I drink them. I drink one in the morning with half of a banana, and I use water.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. I put my Vivix in there. I put my alfalfa in there. I crush them, and I just put it in the bullet, and it gets real creamy and frothy, and I drink it as I'm taking my supplements. That's my morning
What?
ritual.
What is it you crush?
Alfalfa,
Okay.
and I put them in there. Mhm. I did try, Adiba had posted the strawberry one with raspberries, and
Oh,
I
yeah.
tried that, and that's really, really good.
Ooh,
I
I
bet it
bet.
Really good
is.
flavor. It was
I'll have
very,
to try that.
yeah. In
I
fact,
love
I made one for my husband, and he loved it. He said, "This is really good stuff," you know. So, yeah, and I tried blueberries too with vanilla one, and that was really good too. But my favorite is elderberry. I
You're still just doing
Mm.
once a day?
Yeah, sometimes I do it twice, but I'm not regular with it. I just do it once a day. But I make them so thick that I mean, it's a whole meal. I pack
Mhm.
them with fruit, you know.
After you drink it, you're stuffed, right?
Yeah, and I'm good till like 2, 3 o'clock, and then by then it's like, okay, I got to start dinner, so why bother?
Yep.
I'll have a piece of fruit, you know, or a handful of nuts, and I'm good. So
Mhm.
works for me.
Yum. What's your favorite, Adiba?
The one that I drink the most, because it's easy and it's quick, it's 2 scoops of, well, 1 scoop of chocolate and 1 scoop of cafe latte mixed in water, and a lot of water. And like Billy, I make it really thin. I put a lot, like the Shaklee shaker, I fill it up with water, and then I put the 2 scoops in there. So that's when I'm on the go, because I'm not putting in the blender. In the blender, I love adding half a banana, spinach, blueberries, and either strawberry life shake or vanilla life shake or chocolate life shake in there. And sometimes I've been putting the alfalfa in there, but everyday stuff in general, I'll do 2 of the shakes, mixing the chocolate and the cafe latte in water and just go.
Mm.
It really has made a difference for me. And thanks to Sharon, because she brought that up, and we had a challenge a few months back where we were going to do 2 shakes a day, and that made such a huge difference. And I also, I'm pretty sure it was also Sharon. She'll drink it right before dinner, and then she'll eat dinner, so you don't eat as much. And that's a great little trick to just say,
You don't
okay,
feel like you're giving up dinner and having a shake in place of dinner, but psychologically, once you drink that shake and start eating, you're like, I just can't eat anymore. It really works.
yeah. And I would like to add, it's more than psychological. I really believe, it's physical, because your
It
body,
really is. Yeah,
it's not
absolutely. Yeah.
it's your body gets the protein.
It's like, I don't want anything else. And then
Yeah.
Harry cooks and I'm like, I feel like I should eat it, but I don't want it.
Yeah. It's funny that you say that, because that is such a habit. And even growing up in Egypt, the culture is all about food, and you don't turn down food. And it's similar here. It's like, so I had this, little chat in my head going on where, I would be insulting someone if I didn't eat what they're offering. And it's, it takes a lot to reprogram that thought process, and, becoming selfish in a good way. It's like, okay, yeah, I don't want to hurt your feelings, but man, I don't want those 10 pounds to come back on either.
Exactly.
I take this tiny helping and Harry's like, is that all you're going to have?
Well, when my husband and I were on the 180, he would drink a shake in the morning on the way to work, and then he'd take a shake to work with him for noon, and like an apple or a piece of fruit or something like that. And he would work all day, with the 2 shakes. And then when he'd come home, which was early or late afternoon, not late afternoon, but mid-afternoon. And then he would eat dinner, his full meal at dinner. So I would cook the full meal, but I couldn't do the 2 shakes morning and noon, because it just wasn't satisfying to me, and I would be hungry. So I would have my big meal at noon, which was usually leftovers from the meal that I made the previous night. But then I'd have my shake and like a salad or veggie with him at dinner. So that's how I got through that. But yeah, I have to have a good meal at noon. And then I can, make it on a shake and salad or whatever, couple of veggies in the evening. So
yeah, I think the more that I really understood like what's in the shake, because you can get protein shakes anywhere,
sure.
but to really grasp like the leucine and all the amino acids that are in there and all the nutrients, it really works. It's more than just, oh, I'm gonna drink a shake. It's funny because like I had to, sometimes I find myself like when I'm at work, it's like, oh, if I drink this shake, then I can't eat the banana or whatever, because I always take some, even it's a healthy snack. But it's so funny how psychologically I know once I have the shake, I don't want anything else. And it's this chatter that goes in our minds, it could be, a candy bar, or it could be a cookie or something. that it can help me from eating it if I just do the shake first.
Right.
But even with a healthy, because I also have those, which Sharon told me about, the little kind bars. They have the mini ones. They're just the nice little tiny bars. And they have peanut butter ones, which I love. Even with that, it's so funny how my mind works. It's like, oh, but if I drink the shake first, I will feel like eating this. So it's a good reminder to
It kills
you know,
your appetite. It really does.
yeah, it
And
really
if you don't want your
satisfies.
appetite to be killed, then don't drink them.
Yeah, it's really, and it's just so good to know that it's killing it. And like for me, if I used to drink those coffees, the real sweet, like the Starbucks fancy coffee, I call them, and those killed my appetite too. I wouldn't be hungry if I had one of those. Then I don't have appetite. So I don't know if it's coffee or what's in it, but to really, to me, what's been really important is to really just see and visualize what that drink is offering my body to repair it and to heal it and to nourish it, so I have that energy. And even my thinking is clearer in general, because I know, when you see people that are really hungry, they seem to get real snappy also. Like my patients, go out the door when I'm really hungry and I can't think of anything except like I gotta get something to eat. So
How about you, Olga? Are you taking the life shakes?
No, I've tried them. I like them, but I'm not taking them. No,
Oh, okay.
I'm not. But I have tried them, and they're good. They're good. I did want to share something with you guys that doesn't pertain to the shakes, if y'all don't mind.
No,
go
sure.
Um, I've been talking to my sister, and I was telling her, that the supplements that I take with the meology, they have made such a big difference. I cannot, because I was taking supplements that I would buy at Whole Foods. I'm going to be honest. I did buy them there. But then when I was talking to my sister, she said, you should really try Shaklee, because there's a very big difference, on the results, and I thought, well, how much, in my mind, I'm thinking, how much more of a difference can there be? A supplement is a supplement is a supplement. Well, no, that's not true. It has made such a big difference in my life. These supplements, I cannot function without taking them in the morning. That's like the first thing that I do. And then I'll eat it. I'm not a breakfast person, but because I take supplements, now I'm eating like a banana and maybe drink some orange juice. I'm eating something in the morning. And before I was not. I'm not a morning person. But and I noticed that my weight is better because I eat something in the morning, I take my supplements, and those alone have done wonders. I mean, I tell everybody that wants to hear, about Shaklee, I let them know because it's really, really a good product. It really is. And I like the fact that Shaklee, you can go onto their website and you can have probably any question that you have in your mind answered. I mean, it's there. It's you have to read a lot, but I like reading, so it doesn't bother me. But they're just the best thing. The best thing at the supplements I'm taking now, they have helped me so much. I take one of the supplements I take is I can never pronounce. I can lithium.
Lecithin.
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 That one, because I was having like cellulite starting on my thighs, and it's gone. And
Yeah,
I've
we
only been.
talked about that one night in one of the
Oh my
pop-ups.
God! I cannot believe. I mean, Oh, I just can't believe that it's not there anymore. It's
That's
just not
awesome.
there anymore. And I was telling my sister, and she says, really? And I said, yeah. I said, it's like, because I had like the beginning of it. So maybe because I caught it early, I'm not sure. But those little dimples, you know how they start to form, the little dimples, and they're gross. To me, they're gross. And I don't have them anymore.
That's
And I've only been
awesome.
to me.
taking the supplements maybe 2 months, maybe.
Oh, wow.
Not that long.
No.
Almost 2 months. They're the best. Man, that stuff is really good.
It is.
They should really like promote this some other way for people. If people took the money they spend on supplements at Whole Foods, because they're not cheap. At Whole Foods, they're not cheap. And you took that investment, that your little investment that you invest at Whole Foods or wherever it is you buy them, Sprouts or whatever, and then you bring that money over to Shaklee and buy Shaklee supplements, they would notice a totally different.
And that
Totally
lesson
different.
is so inexpensive too.
Yeah. I mean, but you know, you get what you pay for. I believe that. And I believe that Shaklee has been the best investment I've made for myself in a long time. That, I mean,
Good for you.
I wanted to share that with y'all because I had my doubts at the beginning. I'm not gonna lie. I had my
You
doubts.
should have your doubts. That's
You know, I
good.
had, because I'm like, what is the difference between Whole Foods or Shaklee? I mean, it's a supplement. A supplement is a supplement, but that's not true. I've learned that. It's not
That's
true.
why we're all here. Ruthie and
Right.
I and Adiba have been doing this for, well, Adiba and I for 30 years and Ruthie for what, 40?
Over
Wow.
40 years. Yeah.
Yeah, I was telling my sister, you know, I turned 61 last week and I've never felt better.
Awesome.
I've
That's
never felt
awesome.
better. And
That
I
is.
really think that it's due to the supplements that I'm taking.
Yep.
And if I miss a day, I want to just, you know, I get so angry at myself because
We've
I'm in a
learned not
rush
to
in the
miss a day.
because I'm rushing in the morning, you know, and I'm like, okay, that's the last thing, you know, I don't have time. I can't grab them, you know. And even though there is a little packet, all you have to just grab them. But the other ones that I added to them are not in the packet. They're separate. So I have to literally pour them out, you know. So I was telling my sister that one day and she says, why don't you do it at night? Like prep them at night.
Right.
And then
Or
in the
put in a
morning.
baggie and take it to work.
Right. And that's exactly what I did. And now
Good.
I don't miss not one day.
Good for you. That's
Not one day.
awesome.
That's wonderful.
So I don't know, you know, if Mr. Shaklee, if there is such a man, cares about the products that he sells, you know, and how
Yeah, Dr. Shaklee was a
efficient
chiropractor.
they truly are, how well they, you know, how good they are for the body. Whoever took over his position, I mean, they really need to know that they make a very big difference. But when I talk to people about it, you know, the prices scare them. They scare them.
Well,
you
there is
know?
a money back guarantee, 100%. So
Well, and
no
I told them
questions
that, and I
asked.
said, you know, if you don't like the results, you can always return them, and they're going to give you back whatever it is that you paid. You know, but I think the initial investment,
They don't want to get
you know,
caught up in it. Yeah.
right, you know, so it's really, I don't know how else to tell people that it is going to be the best investment that they can possibly make for their bodies ever.
Well, they
in
need
their
to
life.
see the change in you. When they see the change in you, that's what's going to impress them. And they would see the change in you even more. And I'm not trying to talk you into buying anything, but those life shakes are, the life shake itself is to me more important than all the supplements.
Yeah, the Dr. Shaklee, right, way back, it was the Vital E, which is our multi that we still have, and the protein shake. So
Okay.
one way is you could introduce them to say, just take the multivitamin and the life shake, just start them
Right.
on that. And that alone is going to be a huge difference.
Yeah, they don't need the strip and the meology and all that, just the Vital E and the Life Shake.
And then the
Because my
other, go ahead.
one of my best friends is she's a diabetic. She's 66 and she's a diabetic. Bad, very bad. And I want her to start on supplements that she needs to help her control that. But I can, I don't know how else to explain it to her, because I love it. There's nothing about Shaklee that I don't like. Nothing. I like all of it.
That's
my
what you
sister-
say. That's what
and
you say.
I have told her that, I tell her there's nothing that you can buy on the Shaklee website that's not going to give you a better you. That's how I
Wow.
feel about it.
You're awesome.
So I don't.
Thank you again for coming on to the pop-up.
Thank
And if
you.
Are there any questions that we can help you with?
But I wanted to ask you, Olga, those are being recorded, and you mentioned about Dr. Shaklee and whoever took his place. But if you're good with it, I would love to take that little clip about you sharing about the vitamins and sharing that specifically as a little testimonial so we can get the word out. Are you okay with that?
Okay, yeah, I'm fine. Yeah, I mean it's the truth. That's how I feel about it. I have no reason. If it wasn't working, I would have said so already. I would have told you guys when I joined Zoom and said, "What is this y'all sold me? Because it's not working."
Yeah.
I
Me
don't see
too.
the
I'm
difference.
very honest about Shaklee.
I am very honest. And I told my sister, I said, this stuff is like, where have you been all my life? Because I noticed a big difference, a big difference. I wish I would have started this like back when I was having all my issues, my monthly menstrual issues, because God knows I needed all kinds of vitamins and stuff, and maybe I wouldn't have had such a drastic solution to my
I had a
problem.
hysterectomy too, so I'm sure if I'd
Well,
have been
I
on
was
Shaklee.
39 when I had it, and I've never had kids, so it
Me
just
either.
struck me really bad.
I was like 34.
Yeah, I went to a psychiatrist because I couldn't deal with it. And then shortly after that, they diagnosed my sister with having breast cancer. So the patches that they had given me to wear, they took me off of them.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
I got on no meds.
And I wish I had listened to my mom back when I was in my teenage years. So even coming from my mom, I didn't listen. So, when it's the right time, like we were talking earlier, that's when it happens. You just kind of be there for them and share it. And, you can offer the money back guarantee that works for some people. I heard a story just this week on Monday about this lady. She did it because, it was use it. If you don't like it, you get your money back. And that was it. So there are different ways to reach people.
Right.
And
that's a good guarantee to offer people because they'll know that they're not stuck with something that's not working. A lot of times
And they'll trust you.
Right.
when
And
you
a lot
tell
of
them
times
that.
we buy stuff and we're stuck with it because we opened it.
Yeah.
Just
Right.
because we opened it.
But they can
we
use the
can't
whole
return it.
thing and then still get all their money back.
Yeah.
Okay.
The Prove It Challenge is an awesome package to start with. I mean, it really is solid. But like we mentioned earlier, even if you can help them get on the Vital E and the Life Shake, that would be a great start. But the Prove It Challenge is incredible. It's just after the 1 week plus 30 days, they can use it all out. It can just be totally empty container and they can get their money back. So that's the best way.
So they owe it to themselves to do that.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Well, I'm gonna get a hold of her tomorrow and then I'll let Adiba know or my sister know and she can tell Adiba.
Okay.
Perfect.
Just so you guys can maybe somebody can sit with her if she's willing to listen and talk to her. And I think they're at their wits' end. I really do. She cries
Well,
a
you're a
lot.
blessing that you came into their life.
Yeah,
Thank
for
you.
sure.
Thank
You're
you.
saving that little kid.
Yeah, I hope so because He's awesome.
Starts
He's an
with
awesome
love,
little
right?
boy.
It all starts with love.
That's right. He's an awesome kid. I mean, what kid isn't? I mean, they're just learning, you know, they don't know.
Yeah.
Right.
You know. It's up to us to guide them in the right path, in the right direction, and we can't give up on them.
Nope.
So,
That's right.
but yeah. But I will
Okay.
bid you guys a good night because I'm going to let you guys go because y'all can talk forever.
We love Shaklee and we love people.
I appreciate it though. I'll get a hold of my sister and I'll let her know what Kim said and hopefully she'll want to join
Sounds great.
into a Zoom or
Perfect.
something. Okay?
Okay.
Y'all
Hey,
have a
sweet
good
dreams,
night.
everyone.
Good to see you.
Bye,
Good
Tata.
night.
We'll see
Bye,
you next
Tata.
week.
Bye.
All
Good
right.
night.
Love
Bye.
you.
Love you too.
We love you too.